They finally did it. Mercedes just introduced the most controversial G-Wagon in its 45-year history. The iconic boxy SUV you know is changing in a way nobody thought was possible. And the biggest question is, did they just ruin a legend? For almost half a century, the G-Wagon has been the definition of rugged off-road dominance. It's always been about that raw mechanical feel, but the 2026 G-Class is here, and it's bringing the biggest shakeup we've ever seen. We're talking about an all-electric G-Wagon for the very first time. So we have to ask, is this still a real G-Wagon or just a heavy box on wheels with a Mercedes badge? The soul of the G-Wagon has always been its engine and its unmatched off-road gear. The challenge for Mercedes was to prove that a silent electric G-Wagon could be just as tough. Can it really conquer the wild without that classic V8 rumble? Let's start with the main event, the all-electric G580 with EQ technology. This isn't your typical electric SUV. It has 4 separate electric motors, one for each wheel. This setup gives it a massive 579 horsepower and an insane 859 pound-feet of torque. That means it can launch from 0 to 60 in just 4.6 seconds. But the real magic happens off-road. Because each motor can be controlled individually, it can do things a gas car could only dream of. The craziest feature is called G-Turn. This lets the G-Wagon perform a tank turn, literally spinning around in a circle on a spot. Imagine getting to a dead end on a trail and just turning around right there. There's also G-Steering, which shrinks your turning circle for tight spots. And for tricky climbs, the intelligent crawl control acts like an off-road cruise control. Now let's talk about the battery. It's a big 116 kilowatt-hour battery built right into the frame to keep it safe. But the official EPA estimated range is 239 miles. That might make some people nervous about taking it too far off the grid. But what if you're not ready to go full electric? Mercedes has an answer for that too. The standard G550 is saying goodbye to its V8 engine. Instead, it now has a powerful 3-liter inline-6 with a mild hybrid system. It makes 443 horsepower, so it's still plenty quick. And don't worry, it still has the legendary 3 mechanical locking differentials, so its off-road skills are untouched. Now for those who want the ultimate performance, the AMG G63 is still the king. And yes, it still has its handcrafted 4-liter V8 bi-turbo. For 2026, it also gets the mild hybrid boost. This pushes it from 0 to 60 in a wild 4.2 seconds. The G63 also gets an incredible new option called AMG Active Ride Control. It ditches the normal anti-roll bars for a hydraulic system. This means it stays super flat and stable when you're taking corners fast on the road. But when you go off-road, it disconnects to let the wheels travel up and down much further. All 3 models also get some cool tech upgrades inside. They all get the new MBUX infotainment system with 2 huge 12.3-inch screens. And one of the coolest new features is the transparent hood. It uses cameras to show you a virtual view of the ground directly underneath the front of the truck. This lets you place your wheels perfectly over rocks and obstacles. So the G-Wagon as we know it isn't really gone. In fact, it feels like it's been given a whole new set of superpowers. You have the revolutionary electric G580 with its impossible tank turns. You have the smarter, more efficient G550 with this new inline-6 engine. And you have the G63, which keeps the glorious V8 but makes it even faster. Mercedes has added a ton of useful tech without losing that legendary shape and go anywhere spirit. The G-Wagon isn't dead, it's just ready for the future.